Hello and welcome to Chima's Rant, and today we're going to talk about Employment Support Allowance, the new government initiative to get so-called wastrels off the dole. I think it was around 1997 we already had disability living allowance in the UK. Then incapacity benefit was introduced, IB. It was meant for people who got a long-term disability or people who had problems such as bad backs, etc. Doctors were encouraged to get people on IB. Reason being really was that if people are on IB, they're not actually seen as unemployed. So the government was quite happy with that. But of course they've backtracked now. The fact of the matter is millions of people have been claiming IB fraudulently. There's been investigations by the BBC into people that have actually got 500,000 houses. Not 500,000 loads of houses, if taking that literally. I mean like £500,000 houses, or $1 million houses on benefits. 4 cars in the drive, and some of them are even so greedy that they're working on the side as well when they claim they can't work. Such as gym instructors and that, when they said they've got a bad back. Of course this was unacceptable. So now, in October, Employment Support Allowance is going to be brought in. It's a new scheme that basically is like job seekers. You have to go and see an advisor. If you don't, you lose some of your money, or even all of it. If you do go, you get £40 extra a week. So, there's no contest there. Cut and dry, isn't it? For people under the age of 18, they're bringing back national service. If you don't try any of these schemes, if you're on job seekers for instance, and you decide that you're not going to bother looking for jobs, you're going to have to clear up graffiti and also do litter picking. If you don't go on any schemes. In other words, if you're a wastrel and you throw the letters in the bin that say that you've got to go to these interviews and that, you will lose your money, and you'll be given the choice. You can still have your money, but you'll have to do community service, like a criminal. You'll have to scrub off graffiti, clean toilets, public toilets. Do you know what I mean? So that's what's happening. However, it's not as cut and dry as people say. My girlfriend went to a Pathways advisor and they said to her when she said how she was bullied at work, well, everyone has to put up with that. That's what happens. No, it's not. You don't have to put up with bullying. Why should you go into work and have to put up with somebody making comments about the way you dress or if you don't make eye contact or whatever? Why the hell should you? Now, I hate to bring it up, but gay people don't have that. If I walked into work and went, hello ducky, how you doing? Right? And they said, oh, get lost, Pufter. I could have them to the cleaners, they'd lose a job and everything, I'd get compensation, I'd be given all kinds of flipping, help. But disabled people aren't given the same rights. We're moving in the right direction with disability rights that are coming in. But there should be more protection. My girlfriend went through a lot at a so-called health organisation that was meant to help people with disabilities, and yet they were the most discriminatory bunch of wastrels that I'd ever had the misfortune to hear about. Bullying in the workplace is bad enough if you're NT. But if you've had bullying all your life because you've got a disability, it's 10 times worse. I've been sexually harassed by males and females through my working career. I've had people laugh about the way I hold a cup because I was always taught to hold correctly or hold a knife and fork correctly, and they said, oh, you must be a bit gay or whatever. And if I could type as fast as them, they said, oh God, you're a bit strange. I don't know any blokes who can type as fast as us, And they seemed to be threatened by me. The bosses used me. I was taken off admin and made to do a scheme where I was transferred a manual system to a computerized system. So I was no thicko. I was no thicko. I was very good at my job. I was asked to look after the office for 2 weeks once whilst they all went on some kind of bloody outward bound training course, and they didn't want me with them. And I was top notch, and yet they still brought in the disciplinaries and said I didn't dress right, even though I did. I always had a suit on and everything else. So that's the sort of, stuff I had to put up with. Whereas my girlfriend didn't put up with as much as that. She put up with enough. Now, I would be in full-time employment if they could guarantee that I could do my job and get on with it without all the hassle that comes with it. In other words, if I don't want to go to the Christmas do, I shouldn't have to go to the Christmas do. If I don't want to go and give money towards some stupid birthday present or some stupid Secret Santa thing, I shouldn't have to. Work should be about work. And in my opinion, I'm there to do the job. I'm not there to chat up the women. I'm not there to flipping well make their bleeding tea. I'm not paid to do that. I'll do it for my friends. If someone says, could you make a cup of tea? Oh, no problem. But I'm not going to put up with the likes of Gail, when I used to work in local government, say, you're a man, prove it then. Or touch you on the leg when I'm on the phone. Or call me gay because of the way I hold a cup or whatever. I'm not going to put up with that. And who should have to put up with that? Who the hell should have to put up with that? Or someone laughing and saying, oh, you don't look me in the eyes or whatever, you must be flipping retarded or whatever. These are the things that were said at work. The things that could get them in serious trouble, but it's proving it. So why should we have to put up with that? Maybe the government should start getting legislation to help disabled people in the workplace. And then they wouldn't need this employment support allowance, which must have cost X amount of million, or even billions, of taxpayers' money, because end of the day, all it's going to do is hit the most vulnerable. People will still find a way around the system like they always have. The people that scrounge will always find a way to scrounge. They'll always find a way to get past the system. It's the people that are most needy that will get hurt. Okay, thanks for listening. Take care. Bye for now.